Welcome to the Executive Exchange. With me, your host, George Gutierrez from the Beam Up Group. Today, it's my pleasure to have a conversation with Dr. Moore. Now, I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about what she does and the fact that she doesn't like to be called Dr. Moore. I mean, you should see all the little things she's got behind her PhD. I can't even keep track anymore. Sharlyn Moore is one of the most caring individuals that I have met in a very long time. She also happens to be a business leader, and her areas of expertise is in the marketing area. So let's just welcome Sharlyn Moore and have her share with us a little bit about what she does.
Well, thank you so much, George. Glad to be here. Yes, Sharlyn Moore, and I am always appreciative when I am called Dr. Moore, but it sounds so formal, and I really like that informal status. I started 3 years ago a company called Sterling Marketing Management and Consulting. I had a vision that I wanted to make sure to help individuals who need marketing and consulting and help with sales, those type of items. But my vision with my company is not just coming in and saying, okay, we can do everything for you. I find a lot of people in marketing, it intimidates them, especially the social media side of stuff. And what I like to do is come in, listen to what your needs and wants are, help guide you. I do lots and lots of research. That's the other thing I would say about a lot of marketers out there is they do tend to think that it's all about the great, beautiful posters and the creativity. But most marketers do tons of research in order to make sure that they're headed that right direction. So I like to come in and see where you want to go, what goes on. Then I will sit and put a plan together for you. And then we tailor it to what your needs are. If you want to learn about marketing, which a lot of people do, I will come in and I'll teach you. That's one of the things that I love to do. Teach you where to go, teach you the aspects of marketing, what your target market is, what your messaging is, how to perfect that. And then I'll run alongside you and let you kind of go on your way on the train track and then kind of hover over. And if you seem to be going off the train track, off the rails a little bit, I'll come back in and kind of scoop you back up and keep you going. Or we do the soup to nuts, all of it together. We will come in and do everything that you need to have done. And I mean, I have a client right now who she needs help with social media, and I came in and said, okay, well, we'll set you up and I'll show you how to do it. And she's like, no, I want you to do it all. She doesn't even want to touch it because it is so intimidating to her. And I said, okay, absolutely. She's still an advisor, and I have to keep that in mind with them. Is you still have to be part of this because it's your company and it's where you're headed, and so it's important that you're involved in all aspects of it. So that's what we do. I have a great partner with me and my company as well, and we pretty much can handle anything that's needed in marketing.
All right. Well, thank you. As you were describing this, there's a couple of things that you mentioned that I want to kind of push back on it a little bit and have you share, with the listening audience, maybe some of, perhaps, or not maybe, but perhaps some of the importance of this language that you use and how you use it. What struck me was that you said you've been in business for a little bit over 3 years, and one of the things that we have learned, statistically wise, is that many of the startup companies don't make it that far. But then as you were talking, you said you had this vision. You had a vision about, what it was that you wanted to do with marketing. Can you share a little bit more of your vision and why you thought, or what you still think, that having a vision is so important for success?
Yeah, well, it's I also, as you know, as well as I teach marketing and I teach ethics and statistics, and there's a few other classes. And I'm always amazed whenever we start delving into the concepts of marketing. We always hear this from people out there. You have to have a vision, you have to have a mission, and you have to have these building blocks because you're not going to build any further unless you have that vision and mission in place. And it could be a 2-3 sentence that takes you 2 or 3 hours or more to make sure that you hone in on what that is. But the vision that I had is being able to tailor what your needs are based on what you're looking for in either marketing or customer service or building your own business. And we have been in business for 3 years, and it's a lot of it comes from the fact that we offer great customer service as well. But having a vision is very important. Having the mission is important. The mission that I have is, and our tagline is educate, consult, create, and collaborate. And each one of those four things have a different interaction with a customer. And based on you and your needs, I will tailor, we tailor the process on all of that. And that's the biggest vision that we have.
Okay, very good. The other phrase that you used was social media, and I think I think we have now really have become accustomed to the term, and like anything else, once we internalize either a phrase, a term, or a thought, it becomes a habit, and it just becomes an automatic pilot. And I'm not really sure that we truly understand how to use social media, if you would, on a business sense. So, I mean, if you ask me, and nobody is, but I'll tell you anyhow, I'm on the radio. I don't know what business has to do with social media. I mean, social media I thought was intended for something to be sociable. So as I go back a couple of years, I remember that Twitter was never intended for business. However, even the big radio folks that had an audience of 20 million people, they weren't even using Twitter, because to them, Twitter was just something that people used to, kind of share experiences and events or things of that nature. Well, it's been a huge turnaround since then. And now we're using Twitter for business. So can you share a little bit more about this?
Social media?
Yeah,
Wow.
social media.
Yeah, we only have a few minutes here. We don't have hours. Social media, and is exactly that. A lot of individuals believe that if I'm doing social media, then if I'm posting, something on Facebook a day, then I am sufficing what I need to do in social media, or Twitter, or Instagram, or you can keep going with Pinterest and all that. Well, it's first of all, social media is a large portion of your should be a large portion of your marketing plan, and it in each channel, each section, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, whatever you're using, LinkedIn is huge as well, is going to be based on your business needs, your marketing, and what type of message you want to deliver out there. It is the cheapest form of marketing when it is done correctly, and it reaches mass millions of people when done right. And the ultimate goal when you're sitting down to do a social media plan is understand who your audience is, how you're going to gain leads, traction. There's several things that are concepts that are based on it. One of the things I will tell you is, if you are posting things that don't have content that are shareable or likable, those are the two areas where you have to get people to like what you're doing and share it. Because the more it's shared, the more the audience builds, the more you have people liking you and following you, then your message is getting out there. And what a lot of people miss out on it is that they will put something out on social media and think they've done their job. But what they're putting out there doesn't resonate well at all. And when it doesn't resonate, then it's just hanging out there doing nothing. So there is somewhat of a science to it, and it should be a part of absolutely everybody's marketing plan. And again, it's not one of those things where we just go in and have fun and start posting pictures and things like that. It has to be well thought out. You still have to have a great target market. You need to understand what kind of content you need to have. You need to be a knowledge matter expert in your particular field. You want people to be following what you're saying with it. If anybody ever really wants to understand social media, go look at what Coca-Cola does. Coca-Cola has some of the best social media campaigns that are out there. Listen, this is a company that sells sugar water. Yet they have the largest following, one of the largest following of social medias pure and simple in all the channels that are out there. They know how to do that hook and make it shareable and likable and keep people engaged.
Okay, wow, that's a whole lot. I think I now understand why people need to like some of the stuff that we do out there in social media. Take a moment and share with everybody how they can get a hold of you. How can they contact you if they want to get some advice or even retain your company to help with some of these marketing things?
Well, there's two ways to get a hold of me. Number one is call me directly, and my phone number is 540-388. 540-323-3388. Let me repeat that again. 540-323-3388. Or you can also go online to sterlingmmc.com, and that means Sterling Marketing Management Consulting.com. So that's sterlingmmc.com.
Okay, so thank you very much. We have just a few minutes left, but I know you're cooking up something new.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so one of my other passions outside of marketing and sales is executive leadership and developing better strategy. Or as we continue on in this world, there are things that are challenging us, and so I'm working, as you know, George. I'm working with George on a wonderful organization that we're hoping to launch in the fall, and it's called Executive Exchange, and it's a group that will be meeting on a monthly basis and tackling all of those type of issues that are out there. That not only tackling them, working on our skill sets, putting problems out there, solving them, and looking how we can be better leaders in this world.
Very good, very good. Now, before we close, I just kind of like for you to think through something, and based on your experiences as a business leader, what would be the one thing that you would like to share with the audience? Perhaps something that you've struggled with, that you've overcome, or something for them to think about in terms of getting it right the first time. What is that one thing that you have learned that you need to perhaps continue to do to continue to be successful?
Well, I think it's not just in being a business person. It's being an individual in life is integrity and honesty. That comes first and foremost in anything and everything you do. Then I would say the second thing for that success is customer service. It's gone by the wayside, and if you have that integrity and honesty and you are top in the way that you provide your customer service, then that's a huge base on starting to be excellent.
Well, thank you very much. One more time before we start to wrap it up, please share with the audience how to get a hold of you.
My phone number directly, and I welcome any and all calls, please. It's 540-323-3388. And then my website is sterlingmmc.com. So one last time, 540-323-3388. And the website is sterlingmmc.com.
Well, thank you so much for spending the last 15 minutes with us and also with the listening audience. You have had the pleasure of having heard from Dr. Sharlyn Moore, and her sage advice is to think about customer relations. It seems like it's a forgotten way of doing business, perhaps because of social media. I don't know. The point is, your customers are the most important people in your business, and if you treat them as such, then I think you will continue to be successful. Again, thank you for listening. This is George Gutierrez from the BMAP Group with you and Dr. Moore, signing off from the Executive Exchange radio show. Thank you.
Thank you.